Hi, welcome to Roy's Game Table. Today we have Black Widow Justice versus Expert Klaw. So pull up a chair and let's see who wins. Alright, so I've played Black Widow Justice already before in my previous video, but that was with her starter deck, and I just decided I wanted to play with her Justice again, but this time construct my own deck just to see how I could do. And of course I didn't want to play Rhino again, I wanted to play someone different. Decided to go with the next one in line from the core set, and that's Klaw, so we're going to do Expert Klaw today. Alright, let's look at our cards to see if we want to mulligan anything. I actually like quite a bit of what I have, but I think I will mulligan this Espionage here. And I'm going to hold on to everything else. So I'll just draw back up to 6. And we got Black Widow's Gauntlet. Okay, good. All right. So I'm going to... I do want to get Black Widow's Gauntlet in because it will help me get in my Widow's Bite. So I'm going to put that in. And I'm going to use... I guess I'll just go ahead and use this Endurance to do that. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend that. It's overpaying a little bit, but I'm going to pay for this with this Strength, I think, because I want to keep Endurance in case I need to heal. So I'll put in the Gauntlet, and then I'm going to exhaust the Gauntlet to generate a wild resource for a preparation card and put in Black Widow's Bite, or put in Widow's Bite. And since it's a preparation, if she's still Natasha, I get to draw a card for that. And it is Safe House number 29. Okay? And I do want to get this Endurance in to go ahead and give her some hit points. And I think for now, I will just go ahead and use the Safe House to pay for that. So that'll bring her up to 12. I know there's going to be a lot of minions in this game. And so she's going to need all the hit points I think that she can get. There's already a minion here that I'm not sure I can get rid of because it's a guard that has tough. But anyway, I'll hold on to these two because I do want to eventually get her synth suit in. So I'm going to go ahead and flip to Black Widow. And I'm going to thwart for 2 on this side scheme here, the Immortal Klaw, because I wish I could get it out of the game now because it has an acceleration icon, but I can't. Also, when I get it out of the game, as you know, he'll lose the 10 hit points that he has. But for now, I'll just do that. And that's all I can do, so I'm going to ready up and draw back up to 5. Okay, villain phase. We'll put 1, or actually 2 threat on the main scheme because we do have this acceleration icon, so it's already up to 2. And he's going to attack. And I'm going to have Black Widow go ahead and defend this because he's going to get 2 boost cards. So he's going to attack for 1. I'll deal the 2 boost cards out. It's going to be 1, and we have put a weapons runner into play engaged with you. Okay, so after a minion enters play, discard Widow's Bite, deal 2 damage to that minion, and stun it. So I'm going to discard Widow's Bite and deal 2 damage to this minion. It won't stun it because it's going to knock him out of play. He will surge because it was after he came into play, so he is going to surge. I'll do that in a minute. But, as you know, Black Widow's ability is that when she triggers the ability of a preparation card, you deal 1 damage to an enemy you control, to an enemy. So I'm going to deal that damage to this armored guard to knock the tough off. And so, we got the weapons runner out of the play, but he does still surge. And so, we'll go ahead and do that, and it is going to be Tiger Shark. He comes into play with 6 health. And, by the way, this guard has 3 health. Okay, and so this and Tiger Shark force response after Tiger Shark attacks, give him a tough status card. So he'll do that in just a second. So that was 1, then the boost over there, and 2. So he's only going to attack for 2. She defends for 2, so she takes no damage off of that. But the Armored Guard and Tiger Shark are going to both attack for a total of 4. That's going to drop her down to 8. All right, and after he attacks, give him a tough status card. All right, the encounter card dealt to me is going to be, oh my goodness, Gang Up. This card gains Surge, but I'm hero, so the villain and each minion engaged with you attacks. That is not good. She could lose right here. So deal 2 boost cards for Klaw, and it's going to be a 1, 2, 3. So 3 damage from Klaw, dropping her to 5. And then the 2 minions also attack, and that's another 4. So she's down to 1 hit point. I am glad I put endurance into play, because if I would not have done that, I would have already lost the game here on the first round. But as it is, she survives, and it's back to her turn. On her turn, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in under surveillance on the main scheme up here. And so let's move everything over just a bit so we can put that on. And I'm going to spend synth suit and covert ops to put that in. And then I'm going to put in counterintelligence using this resource here and my Black Widow's gauntlet for 2. And then I'm going to flip over to Natasha, ready, and draw up to 6. Okay, so the start of the main phase, we got to put 2 threat on the main scheme to bring it from 2 to 4 because of the Mortal Claw is still in the game. And then he's going to scheme for 2, but he only gets dealt 1 boost card, 2, 3, 4. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just use counterintelligence to, when any amount of threat would be placed on the main scheme, discard counterintelligence to prevent 3 of that. So I'm going to use that. So instead of putting 4 on, we're only going to put 1 on. So now it's up to 5. And then the Armor Guard doesn't scheme, but Tiger Shark does. So it's going to go up to 6, which would normally cause it to go ahead and advance. But because of under surveillance, it needs another 4 scheme to advance. So hopefully we're good there. Hopefully this encounter card won't be advance. And it's not. It's another minion. We've got another minion on our hands here. And it's Melter, and it's just the engaged player must defend against Melter's attack with any ally they control. So already not looking real good. 3 minions in play, haven't done anything, haven't got any scheme sight skins out of the way, but maybe we can do something about that right now on her turn. Okay, I forgot to ready my Black Widow's Gauntlet in the last, on my end of my last turn, but it doesn't really matter because I don't have any preparation cards to put in anyway. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Covert Ops using Energy for 2 and Quinjet for 3. Unfortunately, I would like to put a Quinjet in, but I have to have the Avenger trait, and she doesn't right now, and I don't want to flip over because she only has 1 health. But anyway, I'll use those 3 resources to play Covert Ops. Yes, you can play that on her Natasha Romanoff side because it just says action. So remove 4 threat from a scheme, confuse the villain. I'm going to overkill, just remove the 1 off this Immortal Claw. But by doing that, it won't have the acceleration icon anymore. It will also deal 10 damage to him because it removes the 10 that he got from Immortal Claw down to 18. And you confuse the villain. All right, so he's confused. And then I'm going to use her recovery ability to heal her back up to 4. Okay, and at the end of my turn, I think I'm just going to go ahead. I don't want to keep all 3 of these cards. I do want to keep Nick Fury, but I've got another Avengers Mansion. I'm going to discard that, and I think I'm going to discard my Under Surveillance for now. So hopefully I can get a good hand. So I'll ready up and draw back up to 6. Okay, start of the villain phase. We put 1 threat on because the side scheme's gone. It's at 7. He's supposed to thwart, but he can't because he's confused. But they can scheme, and that'll be a total of 2 more schemes. So that's going to bring it up to 9 on the main scheme. And then the encounter card is going to be another Armored Guard. So he'll come into play with a tough status card and 3 hit points. All right, it's back to Natasha. Okay, so I think at the start of her turn, I'm going to go ahead and heal her back for 3 again, back up to 7, from 4 to 7. And then I'm going to put in Grappling Hook using Black Widow's Gauntlet for 1 and the other Grappling Hook for 2. And then, of course, when a preparation card comes into play, when she's Natasha, I get to draw a card. Good, so Genius. And then I'm going to play Nick Fury for 2, 3, 4, and leave Agent Coulson in my hand. And when he comes into play, he'll come in with 3 hit points. And when he comes in, I'm going to do the 4 damage to do it here to Melter. And then I'm going to attack for 2 to get rid of Melter. All right. And then I think I will go ahead and flip to Black Widow, then ready everyone, and draw up to 5. Okay, start of the main phase. Well, it's going to be 10, so that means it's going to advance to the second main phase. Okay, and so when revealed, discard cards from the counter deck until a minion is discarded. And we have a weapons runner. So, I discarded cards from the counter deck until a minion is discarded, put that minion into play, engaged with the first player. So, he was put into play, did not surge. He was put into play, it was not revealed from the encounter deck. And put into play is different from when revealed, from what I understand. So, he won't surge here, but he will come into play with 2 hit points. Okay, so that was just the start of the main phase. And so now he's going to attack, and I think I'll just have Black Widow defend this. So it's going to be 2 boost cards, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attack. -2 is 3. So I'll drop her down from 7 to 4. And then the armored guard, all the other ones will attack. I'll have the 2 armored guards hit Black Widow for 2. I'm going to have Nick Fury defend against Tiger Shark to take his damage. And then she'll take another one down to 1. So once again, I survived that, but we do have an encounter card coming. Now, I can cancel the encounter card if it's going to be something that lets him attack, and that's exactly what I'm going to do if it lets him attack. And the encounter card is Master Plan. When revealed, place 4 threat on each side scheme. And if there are no side schemes, then there are. So this would go to 7. So I'd have to get 7, thwart that for 7 to be able to take threat off of the main scheme. And we've got 2 villains here that scheme as well as him. Oh, I could cancel this, but I just don't know that I want to use it on Master Plan. I think I will. It's a treachery. I'm gonna use Grappling Hook to cancel the effects of that treachery card and discard it. And then because she's in Black Widow, I can deal damage to somebody, and I'll just do it to this guard that has tough, so that we can hopefully start making some headway and getting these minions out of the way so I can start hitting Klaw. All right, back to Black Widow. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to do is flip to Natasha so that hopefully I can heal on the next turn. And then I'll use Black Widow's Gauntlet to generate a wild resource to put Widow's Bite into play. And because I'm Natasha, I get to draw a card. Avengers Mansion, okay. And then I'm going to put in Agent Coulson for the Power Justice for 2 and Avengers Mansion for 3. And then when he comes into play, I can search my deck or discard pile for a preparation card and add it to my hand, shuffle my deck. And I'm going to bring out Counterintelligence. Put that in my hand. And then I'll shuffle my deck. Okay, and then we're going to put Counterintelligence in using these 2 resources here. And before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and have Agent Coulson thwart for 2 off of the side scheme over here, so I can start removing threat from Secret Rendezvous when it starts gathering threat. And then I'll ready, draw up to 6. Okay, start of the villain phase. One threat on the main scheme. And then he's going to scheme for 2. And it's a boost. If this activation deals damage to you, exhaust your hero. It doesn't. So he'll scheme for 2. And I'll go ahead and use counterintelligence to prevent that. So, and then Tiger Shark and Weapons Runner are going to scheme for, they'll scheme for 1 apiece for a total of 2 to bring it from 1 up to 3 on the main scheme. And then the encounter card is going to be S.H.I.E.L.D, and she's in Alter Ego, so this is going to gain Surge. And then Burn Notice. Okay, so exhaust Natasha Romanoff, remove this card from the game. Or discard a preparation you control with the highest cost. If you cannot, this gain Surge. I really don't want to remove it from the game because I want to heal her, but she's only got 1 health. I'll go ahead and remove it from the game though, because I don't want to lose this preparation card. A lot of minions have been coming out. There's more to come, I'm sure, so I could use this to help deal damage and stun the minions. Okay, so back to Natasha. I don't know why I always forget to ready the gauntlet, but that should be ready here at the start of her turn. Okay, I'm going to use Black Widow's Gauntlet to generate a wild resource to put Spycraft into play. And then that lets me draw a card. And it's going to be Stealth Strike. Okay. And then I'm going to put in Quake for 2 using Stealth Strike and counterintelligence, I guess, to do that. She'll come in with 2 health. Okay. And then I hate to get rid of my Dance of Death because that's going to help me with the minions, but I really would like to get this counterintelligence in because I want to stay as Natasha for at least 1 more turn. Because I don't want to go in with just 1 hit point. But I am going to do that. I'm going to put in counterintelligence using these 2 resources. And I'm going to use Quake to thwart for 1 to remove this defense network. And then I'm going to have Agent Coulson thwart for 2 to bring the main scheme back down to 1. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to ready and draw back up to 6. Okay, I don't have enough to draw up to 6, so I'll have to deal myself an encounter card, shuffle up, and draw my last card. Alright, start of the villain phase. Put 1 threat on the main scheme. He will scheme for 2. And it's a boost, deal 1 damage to each hero, but we don't have She's Alter Ego, so that won't happen. And I am going to go ahead and use counterintelligence to prevent that 2 threat. And then Tiger Shark will scheme for 1, bringing it up to 3. And then Weapons Runner will scheme for 1. But Quake's response is, after a minion schemes, exhaust Quake, deal 2 damage to that minion. So that's what I'm going to do, deal 2 damage to him, and knock him out of the game. Alright, so we've got 1 counter card here that we have to do, and here's the second one. This one is Advanced, the villain schemes. Okay, nothing I can do about that. Actually, there is something I can do about Advance, because I have Spycraft in play. It's just an interrupt. It is not a hero interrupt, but when you reveal an encounter card, discard Spycraft, cancel the effects of that card and discard it, then reveal another card from the counter deck. I'll gladly do that. So I'm going to cancel Advance, but I do have to draw another encounter card to replace it, and it is Exhaustion. So exhaust my hero identity card, and it surges into Masters of Mayhem. Each Masters of Evil minion attacks the hero is engaged with. If no attacks are made this way, which there won't be because she's alter ego, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Master of Evil minion and put it into play engaged with you. And I'm going to put in Whirlwind. Okay. And I didn't take it out of the encounter deck, but it does say shuffle the encounter deck. I'll just give it a quick shuffle. All right, and Whirlwind comes in with 6. Okay, one more encounter card. And it is Under Fire. Reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Radioactive Man. So all the minions are coming in. And yes, I have Widow's Bite, but I can't use it because it's a hero's response. And she's in alter ego. He'll come in with 7. So I got all kinds of minion coming into the game. And Under Fire, of course, surges. Sound Manipulation. Alter Ego. Klaw heals 4 damage, but he can't. If no damage was healed this way, this card gains Surge. Why not? Why not just go through the whole deck right now and bring out all the minions and put an acceleration token on? No, I'm just kidding. There's a few more cards left, but that's what it feels like is going to happen. So anyway, it's going to Surge. Sonic Boom. Either spend those resources or exhaust each character you control. And I could do that, but I'm not going to. I'll just exhaust each character I control because Agent Coulson can still be exhausted. So I'm going to do that instead of spend those resources. And it is finally, I think, back to me. And this is going to be very difficult. I've got a lot of minions in play. I can't heal her because she was exhausted. And so that's what it is. All right, back to back to Natasha. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to do is use Black Widow's Gauntlet to bring in Spycraft, because that was helpful last time. Get to draw a card for that. Avengers Mansion. I'm going to use Avengers Mansion to put in Attack-Acrobatics for 1. I don't get to draw a card because it's limit once per phase. And then I'm going to put in the other Attack-Acrobatics because it does not say that there's a limit to the number of Attack-Acrobatics you can put in. So I'm going to put that in using Widow's Bite, I think. And then I'm going to have to move some cards down because I got one more card that they're going to be bringing out here, which is Winter Soldier. And he can come into play. I can reduce the cost to play him by 1 for each preparation card I control. I control 4 preparation cards, actually. So, I guess he can come in for free, reducing the cost by 4. All right, so I've got 1 card left in my hand. And he comes in with 4 health. And let's see here. I think I'll just use him to thwart for 2 off of the main scheme and try my hardest to keep that under control as best I can for now. And as much as I hate to do it with her at 1 hit point, I just don't think I can stay. I just don't know if I can stay in alter ego again, because he'll scheme for at least 2. And these 3 will scheme, so it's going to be at least 5 put on there, bring it up to 7. I can't. I'm going to have to flip the Black Widow. And then I'm going to discard this Power of Justice, ready, and draw up to 5. Okay. Start of the villain phase. It's going to bring it from 2 to 3. And then he's supposed to attack, so I'll deal 2 boost cards here. And I can cancel these boosts. Now, if I decide to cancel these boosts, I won't be able to hit Klaw because there are 2 guards in play. And the Attack-Acrobatics, they are attacks. But it could help save her life, but I'm not sure I'll do that. Let me decide if I want to defend. And I don't think I will. I think I'll just defend with I'll just defend with Quake. All right, and so that will be 1, 2, 3. So 3 attack, and so that'll knock her out of the game. And then with Whirlwind, I'll have Black Widow defend against Whirlwind for 2. And then I'll have, I don't think I can survive this. I'll have Agent Coulson defend against one of the guards. And then, yes, I mean, Winter Soldier can take one of the hits, but then Black Widow is going to have to take them. And I don't think there's anything I can do to save her life. I don't think there is. I'll have Winter Soldier. I'll just have Winter Soldier block this armored guard for 1. And then Tiger Shark will attack for 3. There's no one else to take it. So Black Widow will be defeated. If you enjoyed the playthrough, please consider to like and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to hit the notification bell so you'll know when any future playthroughs come out. I am going to do at least one more game with Black Widow because I've done justice for the first 2 games with her, but I want to play her with a different aspect. Not sure what it's going to be, but it's going to be different, and it will be up against a different villain, probably Ultron or Green Goblin, because Klaw, Ultron, and Green Goblin are my 3 favorite villains to fight because they are difficult, and on Expert they're hard at least. So I'll probably be fighting one of those 2, Ultron or Green Goblin, with Black Widow in a different aspect. So hit the notification bell so you know when that video comes out. And until then, thank you for watching, and I'll save you a seat at the table.